Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world, it's the world away, and we're now going to be finishing issue 21 of the Hero Collector release of Build the Ecto-1. We're going to be doing stages 77 and 78. So in 77 we're going to be doing the antenna, we're also going to be fitting the right fender, and in 78 we're going to be doing the windscreen. I've got the vehicle down here, look how impressive it's looking. We are going to be able to install the headlight and grille section to the vehicle, so it's not just going to be hanging off there. But if you want to get up to this stage, you want to start this all the way from pack 1, if you follow the link down here, if you're in the US, follow the US link. If you're in the UK, follow the UK link. You'll be able to get this for yourself. The links just say you've come from the World of Wayne YouTube channel. But let's show you what we're doing today. As you can see, this is everything that we've got. I do like this trim section, which is going, this is the inflow, I think, that's going above the hood there. So we're going to be installing that. It's going to look pretty impressive. But as you can see here in stage 77, we're going to be putting the trim in like we did in stage 75, I believe it was. On the other side here, we're going to be detaching the switch cable and putting the switch in the door. We're going to be putting that upper intake just in front of the hood there, and then we are going to be putting, as I said, the headlights and the grille section in. I don't think they've told us to detach the headlights, did they? I mean, we did plug them in, but obviously we have to detach them, so we're going to have to unplug the headlights. So we've got it in there, and then when we go into 78, quite simply, all we're going to be doing is putting the windshield in. That's going to be a nice simple stage, that is. And then it does show you what's coming in issue 22. But what I'm going to do, if you stay tuned to the end of the stream, I'm actually going to show you issue 22. Now, there's a lot of people have referred to it as Stickergate. I won't be talking about that in this episode, but what I will do is I'll show you what the sticker looks like. I'll get some measurements for you modders out there, should you ever want to mod that up. But let's do what we're doing in the current period. We're doing issues 77 and 78. So without further ado, let's get cracking. So once again, I'm putting my towel down because we're going to be lifting this heavy body off, and I'll put that just like that. And just like we did in issue 75, if I just lift that up, we're actually going to be putting this trim piece in here just into the section here, into the lugs, so it fits all the way down along the whole route there. I'm going to be turning that upside down. If I just shut this hood, that should actually keep it in place, so when I turn it over it's not going to move. And then we're going to be putting 3 BP screws just into the holes there. So I'll put the middle one in here first. That'll hold that in. Then I'll do the one right at the end here. That one's in, and then finally just the one at the front, which is right here. Now I'm going to just shut the hood again just to make sure that shuts okay, which it does, no problems at all. Now if I just move that over there gently, because what I'm going to need to do is detach the door switch from the other side. Now the door switch for the other side is labelled W, so I'm going to try and find that one, which I've got here, and I'm going to detach that. That there, if you look on the side camera, is the door switch for the other side. So exactly like we did in issue, I think it was 75, we've got the switch here. That's just going to fit into the recess just like that. If I just hold that there, you can see how that's been put in. And we have got a brace to put over that. That brace looks just like that, and it's going to go over on top like that. That will keep the switch in position there. It's going to be held in with EM screws. So I am dropping that in, a little bit of oil there. Put this part over, probably best on the top camera there. Line it up like that. Let's start this one off. There we go. And that one's going in fine. I won't tighten it all the way until I've got the other one in. If you look at the picture, it does actually go in a certain way with the little notch facing the wire there. So there's the second one going in. I can make this nice and tight now. Now what I will do is, once I finish this stage, I'm just going to put some masking tape just around these wires, because they're all over the place at the moment. I want to keep them tidy. but that's securely in place there. I'm just going to put this on the floor for a second because I need to bring over the right fender, just like this. And we've got a rear view mirror base to put in here. Now this is going to follow the shape that you can see in there. And it's actually got a locating lug as well. So that's just going to fit in just like that. Now bear in mind that when we turn the vehicle over now, there's a great danger of us breaking that. So we want to be very assured that this is there when we actually turn the vehicle over. We don't want to damage that section there. It is going to be held in with a screw just on this side though. And that is a GM screw, which I've got here. So I'll drop that in some oil and we'll put that in. Just like that. Put that to one side again and bring up the vehicle because we're going to be attaching the right fender now. So just like last time, I want to make sure that this switch goes round that way. So when I actually put the fender on, just like this, just line it up. Just like that, it's coming out of the side just here. Now this is going to be held in with JM screws just on this pillar here. So I'll put them in first. Drop that into some oil and put one in there. I haven't tightened these up yet. Get the second one, put that in as well. Get my screwdriver and we'll tighten these up. That's the first one, nice and tight, and we'll do the bottom one. That's nice and tight too. Hard to see, but inside here and just between these pillars here, we're going to be putting some LM screws. So I'm doing the front one first. That one's in. And then the one just here. There you go. Then if I show you just on the side camera there, that's that in place there. Once again, I can just put that on the floor for a second because I'm going to take this small antenna base here and we have got a little pin that goes on the top. This pin was actually in the packet which had the brace for the door switch in it, but that looks just like that. I don't know if that's going to hold itself. As a matter of fact, it is quite sturdy in there, so I'm not going to glue that. I'm getting a workout today, aren't I? put the vehicle back up here, and probably best on the close-up camera, we've got a hole here for that to go into. It's going to go in so that this lug hole here is going to go over there and it's going to be held in with a screw. So I'll drop this in here just like that, and the screw that's going to go in there is an EM screw. So I've got that here, put that in, make that nice and tight. I'm going to turn the vehicle over so you get to see what all of that looks like. There we go, on the top camera and the side camera. As you can see, the hood opens up absolutely lovely. There's no gaps down either side. Actually, let's just hold the whole thing in. There's no gaps down either side there. The antenna and the windshield on this side look really good. Show you that on the top camera, looking just like that. We're actually just going to be putting the intake in here now, the intake grill. So that looks just like that, and that's just going to fit in the channel that you can just see there. I'm going to push that in all the way. Very impactful, but it's going to be held in from the other side with EP screws. So I'll turn it over. As you can see, we've got 3 holes for the EP screws here. So I'll get them in. Here's the first one. Here's the second. And finally, here's the third. They're all in. Now I'm unplugging the headlights so that they're actually completely separate, as you can see here, from the internal car, because this is what we're putting in next. I'm going to turn this around so you can see it, and as you know that all the wires are on this side here. So what we need to do is tidy the wires and then install this into position. So there is some little cable clips on these side here. It's probably best to look at the pictures, to be honest with you, but just underneath the wheel arch there you can see 2 lots of cable clips. So we want to make sure all the wires go into those clips. So to get them in there, what you have to do is get each individual wire and just push it into this channel here, and you'll see that it goes through that there. So that's one. Do the same on this one. And that's the second one in. Put it through as far as you can get there, because you want the wires to be quite tight here, because this is eventually just going to be fitting onto these holes here, onto the lower of these pillars. So I'm going to put this in, put this where it's going to go, just like that. So this one's in, that one's in. They're pretty well lined up here. The wires are tidy. I'm going to put it round the wheel arch and then into the other cable tidy on the other side. So there we go, that's in place. So the two holes that we can see on the top here, they're going to be held in with LM screws. So I've got them here. I'll put this side in first, I think. Make that nice and tight. Then we're going to do the other side. Again, I'll put these in a little bit of oil. And that's that side in. That's the headlights in. And then we want to attach the headlights. Remember these cross braces that I almost threw away? We're going to be attaching them to this bar here at the bottom. There is a little hole on each side. Probably best to look at the pictures where these are going to go. And they're going to be held in with BP screws. So I've got the first one here. I'll line that up. Get that one in. Just like that. And then the wire just on the other side is going into the base as well. A little bit fiddly, this one. And that's the second one as well. Now what I'm going to do is, it's hard to show you actually what that looks like. So I'm going to take a picture to show you the wire tidy around here, ends those bars. And as you can see, that's all in place, absolutely perfect. So now that's done, I can shut the hood and we'll turn the vehicle over. Because what we need to do now is just hold these headlights in just from the top there. And for that, we're going to be using GM screws. And it's going to take 2 at the top of every single one of these lights. Now, when I put these in, I have already put these in some oil. So here's the first one. That's in nice and tight. And then we just continue doing all the rest of them. That's the second one. That's the third one. And finally, one more here. And that's the fourth one. So now they're in tight. I'm going to shut that and just show you on the camera what that looks like. The lines are perfect. And if you look on the top camera, the seams are perfect as well. But that is in place, looking absolutely brilliant. So we're moving on to stage 78. Then stage 78, we've got the windscreen. That looks just like this. I'm not going to take the plastic off yet. I want to keep that protected as long as I possibly can, just to make sure I can test the fit in there, which fits absolutely fine. Then we've got a frame looking just like this with some little lugs that are going to go into the holes around that. That's going to go over the top here. I am going to try and keep that plastic on as much as I possibly can. So when I put this in, I'm going to see if I can not trap any plastic in there so I can peel this off afterwards. But that's in absolutely fine, and I haven't pinched any plastic by the look of it. Let's just get this side out and this side, and I'm going to keep that on just to protect the screen there. That looks perfect. So I'm going to turn it upside down and attach this frame into place. Now I've already put 2 screws just in the middle there just to hold that in place for when it's upside down, but I'm going to go around and do all the rest of them. So I've got one over this side here. That one's in lovely. We've got one over the other side here, which I'll put in first. Just like that. One over this side, holding it from underneath while I'm screwing this. And as you see, I haven't taken that plastic off the windscreen. I am going to leave that on pretty much for the duration of the build because I don't want that screen getting marked or tarnished. One on this side, and I believe that's 6 screws in place now, and that's all there is to do there. So when I turn this back over, that's the windscreen in place, albeit with the plastic on, but that looks absolutely brilliant. I'm so happy with that. Now what I want to do is tidy these wires up so that when I put it back on the vehicle for storage, they're not going to get trapped in the vehicle. But that is all there is to do in stage 78, and that is issue 21 complete. So that's issue 21 complete. We're going to be starting issue 22 next week, but I am going to give you a sneak peek of issue 22. We'll have a quick look at Stickergate. So this is issue 22. As you can see, we've got some parts here for the sun visor of your Ecto-1 model. We've got the door here. That's going to be the first door of the model with the sticker that's going to be going on it. We have got the left front window frame. And then in this stage, we're going to be receiving the window glass, and we're going to be putting that into place as well. So these are the instructions. I'll just flick through them so you can see. It's showing you how to apply that sticker, 45-degree angle there. And this is the door and how to put the window in. Doesn't look like we're going to need the vehicle at all, because we can work standalone with that, which is probably for the best because the vehicle is absolutely heavy. And as you can see, we've got another door here. Looks like some door cards and trim. It's all to do with the doors, I think, in issue 22 and 23. So let's have a look at this sticker. These are the parts, by the way, for that build. So if I just tilt these up so you can see. So that one's part 79. We've got part 81 here that looks just like that. We've then got part 82, which looks just like that. And then finally, we've got the big one with the door and the sticker looking like that. This is part 80. So I'm going to actually open part 80. Try not to lose all of this stuff because I'm going to seal it back up again afterwards. That's all open. That's the door. This is the sticker. Now, the sticker is a vinyl. It is a sticker, so it's basically what you'd stick on it reminds me a lot like the Panini football stickers that you'd put in the book. So it's got the same texture, it's got the same thickness of it, and it looks just like that. So when you apply this, it's going to be a one-hit wonder thing, I think. Once it's on, you're not going to get it off. So it's not like a decal that you could slide around, but that's what the sticker looks like. Now, for all you modders out there, I've just zoomed up my camera at the front. I'm just going to give you some measurements from it. So from the bottom finger there to the second finger down, you're looking at about 59 millimeters that way between the fingers. Between the top of the Ghost, the bottom and the top of the Ghost is 50 millimeters. If we're just looking at the diameter of the circle, it's about 42 millimeters. Did I say centimeters before? I meant millimeters. All of these are in millimeters. It's 42 millimeters. I'll double check that on this side as well. Yep, it's definitely, the circle is 42 millimeters. So hopefully I've gave you some measurements there of what this actual sticker is, but this is what it looks like. This we will discuss when we get to this issue. But it is what it is at the moment. So there you go. I do hope you like that little catch up. Now there's going to be no video tomorrow on Friday. So this video is now going to be running all weekend. So I'd appreciate your comments in the chat about what we're going to do with the sticker. If you know there is solutions for this, or if this is what we're going to do. And I said we will discuss that when we come to fit it. But the vehicle is coming together and it's looking really well. Well, I really do hope you like that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, and 49% of you haven't subscribed, click that subscribe bell. And all it's going to do is just notify you when a video comes up. There's no financial implications at all, so just click that subscribe button. It will notify you when the next videos come up. Other than that, take care.